Nsem-Pii TV nie.
Chief Justice Gertrude Tukono of the Supreme Court and Nsem Atudra Gyakye Quayson and the lawyers. The cracker said enough is enough. Now Supreme Court I express concerns over repeated absence of Gyakye Quayson, Member of Parliament for Assin North, despite filing applications at the Apex Court. In essence, Obibeka said he stands the Supreme Court up. Obeka said nemeba normal betenase 9-member bench abetenase with judges, Attorney General, Deputy Attorney General, na the lawyers, Justin Terewaja, na pa oniho ambetenase no asan file atum normal bet boom normal betenase na the lawyer aba, Attorney General aba, Deputy Attorney General aba pa on betenase na the lawyers nso ebeye we ya ebe can say the entire wenti member no reasonable explanation the answer wenti me anything but now during commencement of proceedings observe say Gyakye Quayson was once again absent. Na Chief Justice Gertrude Tukono on time kasa bebre pointing out say this has become a recurrent pattern. Say I minim the patch say or the Supreme Court in person di agora na say na where the MP files application but fails to appear on the scheduled date for the hearing. Inti umba adena the application beto say obeba na omuna omejai omuniema bi omoye anase case bi ombeti matena so na pa oma. Now in response to Chief Justice inquiry lawyer Justin Terewaja representing Gyakye Quayson the first or call argue case na criminal daily trial no ebaye no or say ma any satisfactory explanation bia for the client's absence and offer some form of apology to the bench and at the Supreme Court. Now Justice Amadou Tanku or a member of the bench, you can say verbatim attributed this situation to the practice of having counsel for Gyakye Quayson deposed to the affidavit in support of the application. He used this opportunity to caution all lawyers that such a practice might lead to applications into where there. So lawyers now more share Gyakye Quayson case adopt a strategy, take key lessons from it. Normally do no. A quite na Gyakye Quayson lawyers say fast no. So more adopt here, there are a lot of complications there bebrebo. Enti sa ni defense strategy amo adoptee eno na amonya mo 90 na mo say mo records 90 obi be ka say hey on fa ho record the here say den the client the etwe sika ayeden amano nanso obi hu say den ulusu a on fa onye den enye juma in case of a higher profile case. Now lawyer for Gyakye Quayson assured the court that he will advise his client accordingly to ensure his presence during future proceedings. Inti odidi omo munkasa na Chief Justice so mu bench for no so mu and I say no betu Gyakye Quayson for. Say next time no man yes to the Supreme Court. Now what is interesting say na lawyer na nkasa anka yes Supreme Court for no bench no kasa ansa na who say the client yes so appear in court na and also your question na now Supreme Court emphasizes the importance of upholding proper legal procedures and necessity for active participation in the court processes. Inti say oba be file case in the Supreme Court ye wo kwan papa bi so ye be fa so court procedures ye fa so edidi juma. Now what is interesting say one say Supreme Court is making mentioning of this because Obey Kasalanka lead counsel for Gyakye Quayson lawyer Chachuchi Kata, with all his experience there, Nankenye and net na Supreme Court, Babe, share case we advise lawyers and say, or monfa correct procedures with the Supreme Court, because lawyer Chachuchi Kata has been dealing with the Supreme Court for all these years. It's still now near Supreme Court near the bench. Advice here then but of course, each and every time beyond is a learning curve. Meanwhile, Supreme Court has dismissed an application by James Gyakye Quayson seeking to quash a decision on the High Court not to allow for further disclosures in the criminal trial he's facing. And after all the advice, warnings from the bench, Justice Amadou Tanko Nsem-Pii catches a moment the James Gyakye Quayson lawyers say and find attach him case dinano. And then he call into the cracks of the matter. We na the application or the buy no mukase masa. Sa further disclosures I will say more money in the criminal trial and also to yabo. You should remember say Enche Biana Justice Gertrude Tokonu, the Chief Justice, a ball lawyer Chachuchi Kata 9-0 straight simple one and then na you say ni application a lacks merit more to say asawa inti and no 9-0 straight up. Now yet was our lawyers representing James Gyakye Quayson had filed a social application arguing that the trial judge had erred in denying their request to direct the Attorney General's office to provide additional disclosures. Yet was also repeated. The lawyers representing James Gyakye Quayson had filed a certiorari application arguing that the trial judge had erred in denying their request to direct the Attorney General's office to provide additional disclosures. During the criminal trial case of James Gyakye Quayson and lawyer Attorney General Godfred Odame, na omode request be Attorney General so onye further disclosures based on information or in the case and trial judge I think as a court of appeal judge or double up as a high court judge or ball sa or more application to they call Supreme Court to say Supreme Court and enforce it and making sure say Godfred Odame the Attorney General editing further disclosures in baba inti mo amamba also a we application so ya boy to egu inti yeden we dey nya quadruple one double whammy ba yen to so enhwe say further whammies ewo mu a. Now contention for Gyakye Quayson's lawyers was that the judge made a mistake by not allowing the application to be heard. They further argued that the judge based her decision on a document from the Attorney General which lacked an accompanying affidavit. The contention of James Gyakye Quayson's lawyers, that is Justin Terwaja and lawyer Chachuchi Kata, say judge a mistake, say one allows say more application, say yebeti or more application. They further argued that the judge based the decision on a document from the Attorney General which lacked an accompanying affidavit. Now, this document, in response to James Gyakye Quayson's request for more disclosures, indicated that no further disclosures were available. Now, Justin Terwaja, who represented Gyakye Quayson, objected to the court's reliance on the non-affidavit document. He argued that the court should not have considered it that it lacked merit and the necessary legal weight. Inti documents what Attorney General according to James Gyakye Quayson lawyers, almost say the trial judge is busy in the decision on it, almost say it lacks merit. Inti enunti no omode ababedom Supreme Court. On the other hand, Attorney General Godfred Odame, the N'Golo Kante of Ghana's legal system, objected court's reliance on the non-affidavit document. Claiming it was incomplete. Okay, on the other hand, Attorney General Godfred Odame opposed the certiorari application, claiming it was incomplete. Into that document and complete. Client amba my late in draft mabo 9-0 certiorari application incomplete. Troka. Now he asserted that although the application was by James Gyakye Quayson, the supporting deposition lacked proof of authority from the lawyer, which is a violation of court rules, rendering the application incomplete. Godfrey Yeboah-Dame opposed the statutory application, claiming it was incomplete. He asserted that although the application was by James Gyakye Quayson, the supporting deposition lacked proof of authority from the lawyer, which is a violation of court rules. Inti Omasan so etia imra according to Godfrey Yeboah-Dame, ampa or document in there from the James Gyakye Quayson, but then lack supporting deposition. I like proof of authority from the lawyer, and also so and yes, na court no Supreme Court no omu yeden omu di omu jumal. Furthermore, the Attorney General refuted claims that the Gyakye Quayson lawyers were not allowed to present their arguments during the High Court proceedings. Until also kasa mo kasa mwenti man chiri mu wo High Court no. There's no evidence to back it because munya kwan ekasa just that mo kan ni amfa. Into kasa ni amfa ultimately kase arguments were not heard. Into de bia na ye tie wasema ye say fa na ye fa ansa na ye betima kase argument na. Your argument present your argument. Na ya share based on the weight of your argument at the decision about. And trial judge no or share weight no and the obo wasem go. Until Attorney General say unya kwan den kasaye into enye ha na wabeka se den wenya kwan ankasa. Additionally, he cited excerpts from the High Court record to support his stance. And then Nsem keke na okan or the document a chair in Nsem omokekan a Supreme Court and the bench, the honorable bench. Now, after careful consideration of the arguments presented, the Supreme Court dismissed Gyakye Quayson's application, ruling that it lacked merit. Another one, a statement a repetitive regarding lawyer Chachukata, the argument, and Justin Teriwaja. It lacks merit. Now, consequently, the decision of the High Court regarding further disclosures in the criminal trial stands. Until such decision is and when he has obey further disclosures on the document or decision by in the trial High Court, no, ijinaho pinting into a mabo High Court judge and nichitom send a decision no you know nimra otemra into lawyer Chachukata. We back as a day, then court shopping as a day. On nam how the okana sem wa ha and fa okana sem wa ha and fa or the another application bedroom no abo 90 ni na no ye so wa ha Nsem-Pii TV you can trust say then ye de bebremo e wa ye da must be say mo join here for this particular editorial on Chief Justice Gertrude Tokono Nsema Okachre Gyakye Quayson and the lawyers in the legal counsel.